A mochi moment from Mark, who writes, I just want to thank you for making GLP-1s affordable. What would have been over $1,000 a month is just $99 a month with Mochi. Money shouldn't be a barrier to healthy weight. 3 months in, and I have smaller jeans and a bigger wallet. You're the best. Thanks, Mark. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Mark is a Mochi member compensated for his story.
From unsolved mysteries to unexplained phenomena, from comedy gold to relationship fails, Amazon Music's got the most ad-free top podcasts, included with Prime. Because the only thing that should interrupt your listening is, well, nothing. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Ranked number 1 in innovation 10 consecutive years, Arizona State University isn't just ahead of the curve. It's creating new paths to success. Learn from notable clinical and research faculty. Online, that's a degree better. Explore programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Tuesday. Hopefully it's not a back-to-work Tuesday, but hey, if it is, what can I do to make your day easier? Well, we could talk Buckeye football. How's that? Still reveling this win? Hope so. First, got to give a shout out to my Sparty girl, Kit Kat, my Canadian princess. Shout out to you, girlfriend, for being so awesome and putting up with me. Anyways, enough of the frou-frou shit. We're talking defense today. We're talking Buckeye football every day, Monday through Friday. So hope you will join me and subscribe to the show and hit thumbs up or whatever you can do to help others find the show. So anyway, yesterday we talked offense. I gave you my grades by position. We talked stats. We broke down the offense entirely, plays, all the stuff. So today we're talking defense, exact same kind of format. We're going to run through the stats and touch on each player. And at the end, I'll give you my letter grades for each position group: D-line, linebackers, corners, and safeties. All right. So this Buckeye defense passed its first big test. New guy, Matt Patricia. What's up, Matty P? Looks solid. Any complaints? We're pitching a shutout until 3.5 minutes left in the game. I'll take that. Against Texas. Number 1 team in the country, right? Heisman Trophy favorite at quarterback. Perhaps you've heard of him, a Manning of some sort. Maybe he's adopted. Who's to say? But this new look defense, replacing 8 starters. Hello? 8. Yes, 8. Comes after 7. Before 9. Did not look like we missed a beat coming off the national championship. You got a lot of young faces, but when you say young, yes, they haven't started a lot, but these guys have played a lot of football, like Jermaine Mathews, Arvell Reese, Kenyatta Jackson, Caden Curry, all the guys. They may not have been regular starters like Jack and JT and those guys last year, but these guys have played a lot of snaps over the years. So new look to this Silver Bullet defense, but they made plays when it mattered. Big plays. I'm talking goal line stands, allowing 1 first down on 5 fourth down attempts. So let's get into it here. Looking at the stats, Texas put up 336 yards of total offense, 170 through the air, 166 on the ground. They were pretty balanced as far as pass to run ratio, almost 50-50, not just in yardage, but in attempts. They had 30 passing attempts. A lot of that was they were forced to in late in the fourth, but still 30 passes to 37 rushes. So almost a 50-50 split there. And we figured that, right? We talked about this last week. Texas is going to come in here with a balanced attack. I expected more of the motion pre-snap by Texas on offense, but didn't quite see that. And then I expected Arch to run the ball more in the first half. He really didn't. He didn't run it much in the first half. Most of his runs came, he had 4 in the first half, and then really turned it on in the second half. He had gains of 15, 5, 1, 0, 4. So, yeah. But this sound defense, man, and Matt Patricia at the helm, getting it done. Texas had some timely penalties that hurt. Brandon Baker clearly was a little shook being in the shoe, and this wasn't a recruiting visit. But the Buckeyes only allowed 5 first downs on third downs. They were 5 of 14. That's excellent. We'll take that. Fourth downs, like I said, 1 of 5. And Texas had 67 total plays. So 13 more than Ohio State's offense. Yards per play, the Buckeyes allowed 5 even, and then they allowed 10 through the air per play, per completion anyway. So on the ground, though, Texas really moved the ball with that 166 yards. Wisner, whatever the fuck his name is, 80 yards on 16 carries. That's a 5-yard average. CJ Baxter, 10 carries for 40. It's a 4-yard average. I know that one. And Arch, including sacks, had 10 attempts for 38 yards. He had a long of 15. So, and then Wingo chipped in one little like jet sweep thing. Anyway, so again, yes, they put up some yards, 336. You're not going to keep a number one team's offense off the board, but we made plays, we made stops when we had to. Again, the goal line stand, the fourth down stops. Receiving wise, Baxter, the tight end Endries led the way. Oh, he had 6. Wingo had 7 targets. Endries 6. Baxter 5. So they tried to use that running back out of the backfield like they did in the playoffs, but not to any success. Just 5 catches for 25 yards for Baxter. The tight end, 4 catches for 50. Wingo, 2 catches for 35. That was, again, on 7 targets. DeAndre Moore, 2 catches, 6 yards. Parker Livingstone, this guy with the hair, 2 catches on 4 targets, 47 yards, did have the 32-yard touchdown. Well-placed ball. What are you going to say? Sometimes corners get beat. That shit happens. I'm surprised we didn't see any of Khalil Lockett and Dalen McCutcheon, just 1 for 2 yards. So, I don't know. I was not impressed with their receivers. Ryan Wingo is, different. His speed is different, but other than that, now you get why they use the tight end and the running back in the passing game more. Lack of options, I would say. So, looking at this defense, IGB leading the way with 10 total tackles, had a pass breakup, huge play in the end zone there. Arvell Reese, Jesus, monster freaking day. If you watch the Sunday night show on YouTube, I showed a few of his big plays, the blitz, and he did it all. Coverage, blitz, stepped up, took Arch down at the line of scrimmage for no gain, everything. So he had a sack, a TFL, Arvell did, 9 total tackles, 4 solo. Jaylen McClain stepping up. I'm kind of surprised he got the start, being the younger of him, between him and Hartford. Hartford didn't play at all, by the way. Looking at total snaps, we'll come back to that in a sec. But Jaylen McClain stepping up, 8 tackles, 5 solo, sure-footed, sure-handed, made the tackles. We'll get into coverage grades here in a sec. Caden McDonald, 8 tackles, down in the middle. Low Styles Jr., 7. Caden Curry in there with 6. Sonny Styles with 5. Sonny a little banged up. You saw the shoulder harness he was wearing, the big black heavy thing. Jermaine Mathews, huge day with the pick. That was a terribly thrown ball. That was a bad idea, Arch, whatever we're going with. Caleb, 5 tackles. CJ Hicks getting in the backfield with a QB pressure there. So Edric Houston, huge on that 4th down goal line stand as well. Kenyatta got a little dinged up there in the 3rd, I believe. Had to be taken out. but he seems fine. Bo Atkinson, that guy looks like a monster. More of him. So looking at the snaps here, Jaylen McClain, Caleb Downs, Jermaine Mathews, IGB all played every snap of the game on defense, 67 snaps. Lorenzo Styles, 65, so coming in at that dime. Arvell, 64. Why would you take him off ever? Caden Curry, 59. Sonny, 57. Houston, 39. McDonald, 38. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We talk about depth on the D-line, and that's been a concern for sure. Bo Atkinson, 35 snaps. Well, he really chipped in big time. He even dropped back into coverage 3 times. Kenyatta, 34 snaps, did pretty well. CJ Hicks, 19 snaps. Will Smith Jr. Now, the D tackle area is where I'm really focusing, looking at the depth. Will Smith Jr. got 16 snaps. 11 of those were against the run. Tywone Malone Jr., 14, 7-7 in pass rush and run defense snaps. And then Jarquez Carter, true freshman guy. Ryan Day kind of hinted at this. So did Larry Johnson. 3 snaps for Jarquez, and he did pretty well. Just 3 pass rush snaps. So we'll take it. I love the odd fronts that Matt Patricia was throwing out there occasionally. If you watch the game, a lot of times you see a 4-down D lineman, right? But they also had multiple times where they brought out 3 D linemen. Sometimes they did 3 defensive ends, where like they would make either Bo Atkinson or Caden Curry the nose tackle, and they would line up right over the center. A lot of variations in the fronts there. So I don't have any complaints really about this defense. Not much. They had 17 total pressures as a team. Arvell, 5 pressures and a sack. Caden Curry, 3 pressures, 2 hits on the quarterback. Bo Atkinson, 3 pressures, 3 hurries. Kenyatta, 2 pressures, 2 hurries. Cade McDonald, a hurry. Sonny Styles with a hurry. CJ Hicks, Tywone Malone. CJ Hicks, we saw that on the 4th down play to end the game. So the D-line and the front 6, D-line and linebackers really played their ass off. Gold star for those guys all around. And looking at tackling, I always focus on the missed tackles. We did have 8 in the game. As long as you keep that under double digits, I'm good. I'm straight. So we're good there. Again, IGB leading the way with tackles. Targets in the secondary, they went after IGB, tried to anyways. 5 catches on 7 targets for 59 yards. No touchdowns, had a PBU. Great day for IGB. And then Jermaine Mathews, the other outside corner, 4 targets, 2 catches allowed for 38 yards. Did allow the 1 touchdown, but he came back and had the pick. So, well, not in that order. Pick first, then allowed the touchdown. But anyway, I'm impressed with the corners. I don't know how you're going to move the ball through the air against us. Lorenzo Styles, 4 targets, 2 catches allowed for 8 yards. Big BFD, right? Looking at, Devin Sanchez, true freshman, got in there for 11 snaps in coverage. They did blitz him once. I did notice that. That was interesting to me. But 3 targets for Devin. He did allow the big 30-yard catch by the tight end down the sidelines when Texas was trying to come back and rally in that 4th quarter. But no major damage done. Corners give up plays sometimes, man. Even the best. So no big deal. I'm sure he'll get better. And other guys in coverage, Arvell, Sonny, minimal yards there. Just a couple catches allowed by both of them. Jaylen McClain, 2 targets, 1 catch for 7 yards, BFD. Secondary, this entire team, man, his defense is sick. Caden Curry really stood out to me against the run. He was excellent. Also looked good as a pass rusher, but really stood up strong against the run. Bo Atkinson flash we talked about. CJ got the final pressure on Arch Manning's fourth down pass. Yeah, the big momentum play, though, I think you got to give it to Edric Houston and Caden McDonald, the big men down in the middle. When they stuffed Arch Manning on that 4th and goal, the QB sneak, that was a huge swing in momentum because they drove the ball all the way down the field on us, right? They went, what did we go? They went 15 plays, 70 yards. Yeah. Yeah. So that was a huge stop. So give it to the big men up front. Run defense needs a little work. Texas ran for 166 again, had a long drive by just running the ball, really. But then you get them, the Buckeyes get that bend but don't break defense, and they'll shut you down. And if you get close to the goal line, man, we don't quit. That's the key. Sonny and Arvell lived up to all the hype. Maybe the national media will get on the Arvell train. We'll see. So yeah, Arvell is just disruptive all game. And the secondary, Jermaine's the next great Buckeye corner. IGB, clearly. No flags by IGB. No costly flags. He was in phase, excellent technique when he was in coverage. So, and then the safeties, yeah, Caleb Downs, no surprise, he's everywhere, all over the field. And Jaylen McClain, his first career start, and he delivered. So, a really bright future back there. So, to give you my grades, going D-line, a B+. I was very happy. Just the run game the run defense has to get shored up. LBs, A+. I'm not sure the linebackers could have played any better. I'm sure Laurinaitis was happy as shit after that one. Corners, I'm going A. Got the pick. They're going to allow plays here and there. You got to expect that. But, Arch for throwing for 170 and a touchdown, it was and only allowing a 57% completion percentage. They were fine. Corners were fine. No problems. A, give me an A for the corners. Safeties, B+. Same thing. No major complaints. Just let's keep getting better. Let's see McClain be better in coverage, coming up in run support, and downs. No complaints about Caleb Downs, obviously. So anyway, this was the first look at Matt Patricia's Buckeye defense. So if Saturday is any indication, the Buckeyes have the personnel to be elite at every level of the defense. So I expect to be top 3, top defense in the country, something like that. Not to set high expectations, but come on, man. You guys watched it. That's badass fucking defense. Shit. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Hit me up anytime. Joe@thebuckeyecast.com. Hit the buckeyecast.com store. Hit the shop. Everything is on sale. Always. So pop in there, get yourself a shirt, and we'll talk to you later. Go Bucks.
A Mochi moment from Mark, who writes, I just want to thank you for making GLP-1s affordable. What would have been over $1,000 a month is just $99 a month with Mochi. Money shouldn't be a barrier to healthy weight. 3 months in, and I have smaller jeans and a bigger wallet. You're the best. Thanks, Mark. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Mark is a Mochi member compensated for his story.
From unsolved mysteries to unexplained phenomena, from comedy gold to relationship fails, Amazon Music's got the most ad-free top podcasts, included with Prime. Because the only thing that should interrupt your listening is, well, nothing. Download the Amazon Music app today.
A Mochi moment from Sadie, who writes, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is what I said during my first appointment with my physician at Mochi, because I didn't have to convince him I needed a GLP-1. He understood, and I felt supported, not judged. I came for the weight loss and stayed for the empathy. Thanks, Sadie. I'm Myra Amitt, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Sadie is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
Ever notice how ads always pop up at the worst moments? When the killer's identity is about to be revealed. During that perfect meditation flow. On Amazon Music, we believe in keeping you in the moment. That's why we've got millions of ad-free podcast episodes, so you can stay completely immersed in every story, every reveal, every breath. Download the Amazon Music app and start listening to your favorite podcasts ad-free, included with Prime.